In this video, we will talk about integers. I'm going to introduce what integers are, where we see them in real life, and how we can use them in real life. The first thing we need to do is talk about what are integers. Integers are positive numbers, negative numbers, and zero, which is neither positive nor negative. But we don't include any fractions or decimals. So you can see the integers from -7 through 7, although they do go infinitely towards the negatives and towards the positives. You can see those all represented by the dots on this number line. Some examples of where we might see positive integers in real life include above sea level, going up the stairs or in an elevator, increase in elevation, income or earnings, a gain of distance like yards in football, temperatures above zero, price increases, stock market gains, and depositing money in an account. For negative integers, examples include below sea level, going down the stairs or in an elevator, a decrease in elevation, expenses or transactions, a loss of distance like yards in football, temperatures below zero, price decreases, stock market losses, and withdrawing money from an account. Let's talk about writing expressions using integers. Our first example, Asher deposited $125 in his checking account last week. This week, he will make a payment of $68 for his water bill. Write an expression to represent this situation. We can represent this with a positive 125 for money that was deposited or put in the account. That represents a positive value. Plus, if we make a payment of $68, that means we are going to be taking money out of our account. So we can represent that using a negative number or negative integer. So we can write 125 plus negative 68. Now, I do want to stress, you could also write this as 125 minus 68 since we're taking out $68. So we have multiple ways to represent these situations. I also want to point out that the parentheses around the negative number do not have to be there, but you'll typically see a negative number in parentheses if it follows an operation such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Let's look at a second example. An elevator goes up 12 floors, then down 5 floors, and finally back up 6 floors. Write an expression to represent this situation. Going up represents a positive value, so we have positive 12. Down 5 floors, we can represent that with a negative 5. And back up 6 floors, we can represent with a positive 6. So I represented this as 12 plus negative 5 plus 6. Again, I want to stress, we don't need the parentheses around the negative 5. We could also write 12 minus 5 plus 6. Example 3. Nora deposits $500 in her account. She then makes a payment of $125 and withdraws $40 more. Write an expression to represent this situation. So depositing money is a positive value. So we have $500 plus negative $125. A payment means we're going to take money out of the account. A withdrawal also means we're taking money out, so we can represent that with a negative 40. So our final answer is 500 plus negative 125 plus negative 40. Again, we could write 500 minus 125 minus 40, or even 500 minus, and then in parentheses, 125 plus 40, since those are both negative values or money taken out of the account. Example 4. On 3 plays, a football team gains 12 yards, loses 5 yards, and finally gains 1 yard. Write an expression to represent this situation. A gain is a positive value and a loss is a negative value. So we can write this as 12 plus negative 5 plus 1. Last topic to talk about is additive inverses. Additive inverses are numbers that, when added together, have a sum of 0. They have the same value, but they have opposite signs. Some examples of additive inverses include negative 5 and 5, 6 and negative 6, negative 120 and positive 120, and negative 45 and 45. Things that are not additive inverses include 5 and 6, negative 4 and 2, 0 and 10, negative 12 and 120. We're going to be talking about all of these concepts and using them in our next unit. We're going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing integers, our positive and negative values, and applying them to real-life situations. Thanks for listening.